Hi guys, so I'm going to give you a review of one of the movies that was on my top 5 most anticipated for May. I just finally found it. It's called Pitfall, and I had to drive hours to go see it. It's a very limited release. So I'm here to tell you about it, because it was on my list. There's a lot to like, and then for every one thing there is to like about this movie, there is something to hate. It's one of those movies. The movie follows a brother and sister who go on a hiking trip, and they both bring their prospective lovers. And they bring one friend, played by Richard Harmon, who you may know from Final Destination, Bloodlines, The Tattoo, funny guy. He's basically that guy again. He was hilarious in this. His comedic timing was great, and he spoke for the audience, or spoke for me at least, in a lot of moments where shit was going down, and he was saying what I was thinking, and I really, really liked him. But the movie follows them hiking on a trail in the middle of buttfuck nowhere in a very, very dense forest. Don't remember which one. And they're being hunted by a man who has an affinity for trapping people like animals. This is John Rambo if he completely cracked and went after innocents. The guy is played by Randy Couture, who is an MMA fighter. I don't think he's fighting anymore. But he is definitely a lethal killing machine in this. It absolutely reminded me of early movies from the 2000s like Wrong Turn, or things of that nature. A little bit of The Hunted with Benicio del Toro and Tommy Lee Jones, but it is a through and through, like, it's a slasher through and through. This is such an early 2000s throwback to that kind of brutal, gory, nasty, orange, brownish crusted filter that you would see in the early 2000s. And that's one of the things that it does really right, is that the look is awesome. The shots in the woods are great. The woods feel like they're alive. They feel creepy. They feel dense. They feel like they really are isolated. And this killer has some really ingenuitive and creative traps. They make a good they do a good job making you feel like this guy is almost, he's going to be very hard to kill. Like, he's not someone that you're in his territory. This motherfucker climbs trees like Tarzan. He just sits there, kind of aura farming a little bit while he looks down at you, and you see him. He's just sitting there still. He has a hunter's jacket. He has a bow and arrow. He has a hunting knife. Like, the guy is set to murk. And these characters I like, not because they're anything special. A lot of the drama between the brother and the sister, who, by the way, are grieving the death of their parents that they were both present for. A lot of the drama is about them grieving differently. The sister hates that the brother seemingly looks like he's okay, without considering the fact that we all grieve very differently. And the drama is that, and then you have like their prospective lovers speaking on their behalf, which adds another layer of just chemistry between the characters. Like, these characters feel like they're written to be human. Some of the dialogue isn't great, but I did not feel like I didn't feel like I didn't care. Like, I genuinely cared for all of them. I was like, yeah, no, I'd hate to see these people die, because they're actually trying. They're coping through something. They're doing their best. Like, it felt, for a film of this caliber, it felt very thought out. And Richard fucking, his dialogue was hilarious. He actually had me laughing. He had the theater chuckling. I was gonna say chuckling. Don't know what that is. He had the theater chuckling, which was very, very nice to see. It's been a while since I've been in a horror film where the comedic relief isn't forgotten, and the comedic relief is actually good. So I really liked him in there. He has a really great turn of character towards it as well. If you kind of see characters like this, the stoner almost, he sees everything for what it is. He starts calling shit out for how it is, but usually they're not like, they don't turn into the most active, physically combative character. Like, they're on the offense or on the defense, and he had some really good highlights, especially towards the end. I really liked his character. The traps here are really cool. They delve into some good gore, and there's some good use of paranoia in the woods. There's some great stuff involving the last act, some great chases, some prolonged ones as well. A couple of very, very satisfying, over-the-top gory sequences that I would expect from something like Hatchet or Wrong Turn or The Hills Have Eyes. That stuff is there. But what I mean when I say for every great thing this movie does, it takes a few steps back, is in the pacing and the dialogue and some of the narrative choices. Particularly, this is the most like trifling of all. I hate flashbacks. I think I say this once every 3 videos. I don't like flashbacks. in the middle of a film. I just don't like it. It breaks the pacing for me, or hallucinations. And in this one, we have both. The hallucinations, as usual, really serve nothing, and the pacing is all over the fucking place because it has three things it's trying to show you at once. You have the present time, which is the crew trying to survive this asshole, and then also one of them, the movie's called Pitfall, because one of them falls into a pit of spikes. So he's dealing with trying not to die, waiting for his friends to find him, but the friends are in the woods trying to survive this asshole. So you have that element, present time, and then you have the story of the killer himself and how he came from being a child who suffered something pretty severe to growing up to be this asshole serial killer murker motherfucker. And you have that interspersed in flashbacks throughout the film. Like, it's just interspersed. And then you also have the flashback of the accident with the parents and the brother and sister, also cut in between scenes in the movie. And I don't know why you did it that way. I don't understand. It didn't really serve a huge revelation. As a matter of fact, when you see like about 2 flashbacks into each set of flashbacks, you already kind of know what they would do as a revelation. So it's like, well, the surprise was spoiled, so I don't think you need to do this. What I would have done, and like, fuck what I would have done, right? I'm not a director. Maybe one day, and hopefully not a Garfield fan film. Show us 10-15 minutes of the killer's history as you were showing it anyways, because some of the stuff I think cut together, like his origin story was already interesting enough. Maybe make that the flashback. You know, make that the prologue of the movie, hit us with the title sequence, show us the accident, jump 5 years later, and now we're in present time. Shows me that you actually cared about showing us the killer for a reason, like his upbringing for a reason, maybe attach us to the killer a little bit more. You know, find some adoration and like this guy did suffer, and this is why he is the way he is. That would have been cool. Some of the dialogue is poopy scoopity boop. It's not good. No, the guy that falls in the pitfall in the pit is he's really squeezing those tears, you know what I mean? And I feel like if you're going to direct a scene like that, you know your actor's strong suit, maybe write dialogue around the strengths of that actor so that it doesn't seem like he's trying to deliver on something that you want him to deliver on that you know he can't. Again, not a writer, not a director, but I feel like these are just like something that you would know to like amplify your movie. And then the end, which has like the sickest chase scene in this movie. It's like really good. It's about 20 minutes or so, like it's long, but they do this thing where characters very last minute want to monologue to you about all their regrets and all the things that they wish they would have said before they died. And it's one thing where you give us a monologue, but you give us 2 monologues at the same time. But then that's one thing when you give us 2 monologues. But when you give us 3 monologues, that's one thing. When you give us 3 monologues and one of them is in a flashback while the other 2 monologues are happening at the same time, fuck you. That was such a weird choice. I was like, this scene is really good, dude. Get me back to the carnage. Like, we can like hug and say we're sorry after we survive this, but it just felt like, no, the scene is really good, but every time you come back to this bullshit, and we're going for like minutes, dude. It's not a short monologue. There's 3 of them happening at the same time. It was rough. That was just rough. I was like, you do so good setting up something, and then you do something to just wrench. You stick a wrench in that ass. I think that I could chop this up to being a guilty pleasure because of the murders and the action and the chase sequences. I really like early 2000s vibes. I like the early 2000s gore, and I like the characters and the humor and a couple of the action sequences. So while this is not me going, hey, this is a great movie, this is definitely me going like, hey, if you're chilling at home and you're like, I just want some carnage candy with a little bit more depth, you could do worse. Was it worth the hour's drive? No, but I like driving, so luckily I don't mind it at all. But yeah, man. Anyway, that's the review for Pitfall. Let me know if you've already seen it, if you've caught it somehow. Let me know down below. And as always, I will see you at the movies.